close my door. Avoid outside noises.
This is a bad video game.
Well, it looks like it. So why are we playing it again?
Because what channel do you think you're on?
Fair point.
Where are you right now? Have you like? have you gotten
I had not
lost?
thought that through.
Hello, Mikey. We are going to play just the finest video game. Hello, Speclad. Speclad on YouTube. Whether that will be possible in, I don't know, 3 days is very much up for, very much debatable right now. Boy, howdy, this is gonna be thing. This is
yes, time for this.
I already regret this.
You've been hyping it up for like over a week now, or like a week now.
Yeah, well, I discovered it essentially by coincidence, like pretty much immediately after that stream.
Right.
And was like, well, we're definitely playing this.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, this is not the only version of Super Mario Bros. Special. There are 3 versions, 2 for Japanese computers, 1 for a Korean computer. But both of the others are superior, so naturally we're playing this.
Right.
Speclad, in theory, it can't be that long. In practice, it's going to be quite long because it's so hard to play.
Well, and you're going to have to deal with a limited number of lives. I wonder if there's a continue system in this like there is in the original.
Definitely I'm going to have to deal with a limited number of lives. That's a definite concern of mine.
I guess that's what... Well, I was going to say I guess that's what save states are for. I'm assuming your emulator has... Okay. That's what I was going to ask.
There's not a lot of emulators available for the PC-88, and as far as I can tell, none of them support save states, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Definitely 100% the thing you want.
Well, they didn't expect anybody to actually play any of the games. They just made the emulator for no reason. I love those gray bushes, by the way.
Yeah, well, yeah. What colors should bushes be?
I'm trying to. Okay, so it's yellow and blue that's making that gray. Because I was like, there are only 4 colors.
Well, so there is red, yellow, black, and blue, but blue is complicated because blue is actually transparency. Like none of the sprites have blue. None of the stream viewers can see.
So what you're saying is the
I
bushes
might just
are half
show them what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bush is
so
probably
you're saying
half
the
transparent.
bushes are half transparent.
Although it looks quite light. Maybe it's white. I don't think you can do white on this thing.
No, it's not. I looked even closer and it's yellow, but if you look really close, the pixels are yellow.
It's hard
and blue.
to tell because the it's just like 1 pixel. And it's probably like who knows how the emulator handles stuff. Anyway, as I was saying, there are multiple versions of this game, and this is the worst. This is the worst one. It's also the first one, and I again want to point out this is not a bootleg. This is 100% a legitimate but licensed, not actually by Nintendo game. This is I mean, you know, I acquired it through illegitimate means, but the game itself is legitimate.
Right. Speclad suggests you should be using a CRT filter.
Boy, howdy, should I not. I don't know whether PC-88s would usually be associated with a decent monitor. I think they would, because they were... So, there are the 80s microcomputers. There are the 80s microcomputers that are really game consoles masquerading as computers, and there are the 80s microcomputers that are really like computers. And it's usually so like the original IBM PC was crap for games because IBM didn't give a IBM did not care whether it could be used for games. So they're like, magenta and cyan. Yeah, it seems like those are all the colors anybody will need. And didn't have like good sound or anything. I think PC-88 is sort of in that same family that like it was really intended to be for productivity, and as a consequence of that, to answer Speklad, I strongly suspect it's not supposed to be blurry. Particularly, I strongly suspect the original monitors would have been fairly crisp. I don't know, but that seems more likely. Oh, this is not... I'm not going to take the time to figure out RetroArch's shaders. Let's just not. Yes, so Mikey, there are not only are there... So, there are no hacks for this version that fixes the color palette because the PC-88 can't handle any more colors, but there are better versions of this game. There's a version for the Sharp X1 that is a much nicer palette and that has better scrolling. And also, bizarrely, there are hacks for the original Super Mario Brothers for NES to make it have the levels and sort of added power-ups and such of this game. And we sure as heck aren't playing any of those. Why would we do that? This is the worst possible version of this game. This is the original, the OG garbage video game. God, I love that the demo player has no clue what they're doing. They're like,
I also find it
bad.
interesting that the Koopa shell bounces off the edge of the screen. I mean, of course it does, but like, that's gonna be something that you're gonna have to get used to.
Yeah, the scrolling is a special. Well, so Speklad, here's the thing. This game, it's unclear whether it's claiming to be a version of Super Mario Brothers. It's called Super Mario Brothers Special, so you'd think it is, and it certainly looks a lot like Super Mario Brothers, but the levels are not related. The levels are all their own, and there are unique power-ups in this game. So it's not actually a port of Super Mario Brothers, it's just sort of inspired by. Well, so here's the thing. I thought that this was into the era where Nintendo didn't allow, or didn't make or license ports to platforms other than their own, except for edutainment. Like, they didn't license their property for anything but edutainment. But I guess this is like one of the latest that they were still willing to license out their IP, I guess. Super Mario Bros. As special EVAD. Yeah, that's it. That's the game we's gonna play. It's a good one. God, it's fun watching this be terrible. It's so bad. Okay, everything's online. I seem to have... I don't, Mikey. This is the demo. This is the built-in demo in the game. I haven't started playing yet. The built-in demo is this bad at itself. It's certainly a thing. I'm going to refresh chat just to see if the reason I'm not seeing anybody on Twitch is because chat is being weird. As opposed to there being nobody on Twitch, which is a distinct possibility.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I'm watching Twitch, but and there's only I'm the only person on Twitch apparently, so I can answer that question. On Twitch, star on Twitch.
Pretty unpopular on YouTube too. Let's face it.
I mean, that's true, but like, welcome to my world. I mean, you're getting more chat activity than I ever got in my streams, so.
This game is so horrible that the game can't play itself. I mean, the game certainly doesn't want to play itself. I suppose that's true, Speclad. Modern games don't really have demos, and it's not clear why. Or like, so you know, there's occasionally still demo versions, but like the built-in demo self-playing game thing has kind of gone out of fashion. I guess because you're gonna like they publish videos, and those just aren't built.
Yeah, I was gonna say
game.
because you can watch videos of exactly. On Steam, for example, they have 1 million videos of each gameplay.
But so like part of the point of having the demos, as was suggested with the demo of Ultima, I think Speclad suggested, would have been being able to have stores sort of show it in the storefront so that you would buy. Oh, you suggested that. I don't remember who's who.
That's fine.
Like, you wouldn't want this demo. This isn't a good demo.
No. Well, but the original Super Mario Bros. Demo is also equally as bad gameplay. So
fair. It's incredible, really. It's very very good. This is a good video game.
It's to make it to where you're like, I could do better than that.
And then you play and you're like, oh no, I can't actually.
Yeah.
Speclad, we did watch the Ultima 2 demo. It's not actually a demo. It's just like screenshot and then some text saying how great this game is. I can remember the last time I played a game that has this demo, or that has a demo, because we're doing it. Here it is. My memory may only last
that one got a mushroom. There are way more than 5 options here. There are like 20
I'm starting to think that there's not options, but there's just really bad AI. Like, it's genuinely playing itself.
But do you think the game created this long ago would have had
Well,
really bad AI?
Consider what AI means. It's probably clicking almost at random.
It could be, yeah.
Like, how often has it made it over that gap?
Yeah, and also how often has it not made it past that first Goomba?
Yeah, and look at him jumping around like a moron.
Yeah, that could be completely random.
Yeah, it could be the worst possible AI, as in just click random buttons while holding right.
Well, it's not even holding right sometimes.
Is it not? Oh yeah, it did stop there
how
for
it
a
slows
second.
down sometimes?
It's actually a self-training
like
AI for the PC-88. Yeah, it seems right.
It feels like there's 2 different randomizers. There's one either hold right or don't hold right, and the other one is press the jump button or don't press the jump button. Well, I guess there's also a press the run button or don't press the run button, because sometimes he's walking, sometimes he's running.
I'm learning something from this demo, which is that pipe and pit there are the hardest obstacle in this game.
Right, exactly.
I'm really gonna have to pay very close attention when I get there, because it's basically impossible.
You know, if this is truly random, then this character could actually beat the level.
In theory, yeah, I suppose.
And will. Well, and will.
Given enough time.
Right, by definition. Yeah, exactly.
What are the key bindings, by the way, asks Speclad. So Z and X are the A and B buttons in that order, so it's actually backwards of how the